Hey, what's going on, guys? Max Greenberg here again, reacting to our fourth assignment, Chapter 7 and Chapter 8. Chapter 7 is the media influence in the political world. That goes hand in hand with everything that's going on today and in today's world. Currently, especially with the current sitting president, Trump, he believes that the media influences things in a negative way. Fake news. That's just a huge thing. We all know, like, to trust CNN and Fox News and CNBC and all that. And honestly, like, when you look at things, you just can't really trust everything you see nowadays, especially off like Facebook or especially Wikipedia, because anybody can really change that. Um, but I really wanted to focus in on there's this picture of Kennedy and Nixon during the Kennedy and Nixon debate back in 1960. It's right there. So this picture, it says right here, has come to symbolize the influence of television on politics. Looking fit, tanned, and confident, the underdog Kennedy was widely seen as having the underweight and pale and sweaty Nixon defeated. Still recovering from a recent hospitalization, the event raised the importance of appearances in political campaigns. Before this, everything was over the radio, and you didn't know what a person looked like. Throughout your confidence and everything like that, that's a huge thing. If you go into an interview or something and you're not confident about what you're about to say or confident in your answers, it's gonna really you're gonna lack the possible attributes to fill that position. And I think that this really put into aspect of what media is today, with presidential debates that we just had against Trump and Hillary. Even before that, when there was all the other candidates, before it was the actual chosen ones, the last two, the Democrat and the Republican. So media has a huge influence on politics, on sports, on like movies, on even schooling. We don't realize that. We'll be scrolling through Facebook or something, and we'll see an ad for a school, and we'll click on it and end up applying. If we were in high school still, junior year, senior year, you're applying to colleges. You think and you see the things about that school that really draw you towards that school. If you're a partier, you go to a party school, but I mean, that's not the best idea. It's not the best way to look at it, but look at academics, you look at the extracurriculars. If you want to be in a fraternity, if you want to be in a sorority, you look at that. Sporting events, everybody using their political platform now, in the NFL especially, and just recently happened in the MLB, kneeling during the national anthem. It's really showing resistance against the social injustices that are happening throughout the United States. And it's just really using a platform. The NFL players are using their platform to speak for people that don't have a platform to speak out, such as people that are poor and such people that are middle class and even upper class who are being like that are part of this injustice, and they can't really say anything and can't speak out against it. So the people that are specifically the African American race throughout the NFL and everybody are kneeling to show the racial injustice against the police, against the government, all that. Colin Kaepernick started this. Unfortunately, lost his job to the NFL and is now suing the NFL because of it. And now a bunch of players are doing so, not suing but kneeling. Okay, so then there was this picture of the guy standing in front of the tanks in Tiananmen Square in Beijing, China, in 1989. This was a huge political demonstration. There's been other ones before that, and there's been ones since then. There was Kent State, the uprising in Kent State. There's been just everything that, even the ones now that are like, there are protests that are going out and people are getting arrested. I mean, just, and then you see it on TV, and the media is portraying the people that they were doing something bad, and even if it was peaceful protests, they're still getting arrested because they're trespassing or they're doing something wrong, like going against the president. That's your freedom of speech. You can do what you want in this country, really. Not everything you want, but speak out for what you believe in. All right, so moving on to chapter 8, it's active audiences and the construction of meaning. Skipping ahead, page 281 of our book, it says watching television with the family. They definitely portray men to be more engaged in watching TV and women to be doing other things and have it just kind of as a background and have it as something that they can still talk through. And I know that this isn't true for myself. If I'm watching a TV show that I'm engaged in, or if I'm sporting events, for sure. I watched Penn State football the other day, and people that I watch it with don't understand the game. You got to explain it. NFL games, go Eagles, but they talk through it, and you're trying to watch the game and trying to engage in the game and be a very sports affiliated person that I am. I break down the game. The World Series that just happened. I watch baseball. I played baseball my whole life, and it's just watching TV is a huge part of who I am, especially sports. So it says here, let me find it. Since men have a tendency to control the program selection process, television is a potential site for domestic power struggles. I don't see that in my daily life, but I could see that as a huge thing in domestic issues. Possibly turn out into domestic violence, unfortunately. And it also says one result of gender roles within the family is that the adult men and women watch television very differently. Men indicate the way that either they are very attentive when they watch or they don't watch at all. Women, on the other hand, see television viewing as a social act that is accompanied by conversation and other household activities. Like I just said before, people do it when they're doing dishes, doing laundry, blah, blah, blah. Like, men do it too. They'll be doing work. They'll be doing dishes. They'll be putting their clothes away. The women's doing work, like, with the kids or doing work for even school. It's just a lot of background noise. But besides that, I believe that's really it. I just scrolled and forgot this. Celebrity Games is a really good one. They put celebrities on these shows that draw you to that show. Dancing with the Stars, The Amazing Race. They had Survivor. They even have like game shows now, like on like GSN, Family Feud. There's professional players and actresses and actors who go on that. And then there's also the late shows, like Tonight Show, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan. They draw those actors and actresses and celebrities to them, and what is said by those actors and by those late night hosts, everybody believes that are in the audience. And the live audience really brings a vibe and an atmosphere to that person. If you're being egged on to do something, you're going to do it. If you're joking around and everything like that, somebody's laughing, you're going to continue. But if they don't laugh, you're just going to stop. It's kind of the whole aspect of the way you have to look at things. I don't want to ramble on too much, so that's about it. Thanks.